Alright, my time with this build has finally come to an end. I've decided to re-roll from my Blazing Salvo Totem build, but it's done really great so far, and I wanted to give one last video here just to show you guys a few more things I've changed and a few more things that could help take it all the way to the next level if you're still playing it. So I think I'm just going to cover things in that order. So first thing I want to cover is what have I already changed, and for reference, the build has been able to take me up through tier 16 maps, through eye level 83 contracts. It's gotten to the point though where when you get to that late end game level, that it starts to feel pretty squishy. So the damage is not one-shotting anymore, but it's serviceable. The squishiness is probably the biggest concern, but I think there's a few ways to get around that. But first of all, things I've already changed that have made the build a lot stronger since my last video. The two things are I have switched from Flame Dash to Shield Charge, and this is great because there's no charges, so it lets me get through the heist content a little bit easier when I'm just trying to escape. And then also I can link it to Fortify, which helps my defenses a little bit. The other main change is that I did, per one of the YouTube comments in the last video, switch to Wave of Conviction on traps. So now I'm using all totems as Blazing Salvo, which is just maximum DPS. And the traps, what I learned, don't feel bad at all. So definitely use the traps if you want maximum uptime on your DPS. If you've already been using Wave of Conviction totem, this one isn't a huge deal, but traps are mathematically best. Second thing I want to cover is defenses. So like I said, once I've sort of had all my core items of the build, I've got my Shaper Shield, Soul Mantle, but it's starting to feel a little bit squishy. So if I was to continue with this, how would I make it better? There are a couple things that I think would help a lot, and actually some things that a few folks who have been playing the build have already done, and they have said have made a big difference. The first and most important / easiest thing to do is that you're probably best off dropping a little bit of crit damage from removing Arcane Potency and removing Throat Seeker, at least until you can level back up and reallocate these nodes. But if you take away these 8 nodes, you're going to be best off probably getting these spell block nodes, Arcane Guarding. These also are nice because they give you spell damage, so you're not just completely losing out on damage, and then picking up similar nodes over here to get Arcane Swiftness. These nodes are going to give you a ton of block and spell block, and they're not going to completely bankrupt you on damage either. So it's a small damage sacrifice, but with all that block, you can also come down and maybe drop the AoE nodes, because that doesn't seem too necessary. Might have to drop a life node or two until you can get it back. But coming down here and just getting glancing blows and 3 points combined with all that block that I just talked about is going to increase your defenses dramatically. It's going to reduce most of the damage that you take by 35%, excuse me, which is going to be just enough to not get one shot and be able to, keyboard spam your life flask and keep you alive. So I think that's going to be most important. Obviously, that's going to result in a little bit of a DPS loss, but the last thing I want to talk about is how could you make the DPS even better, and there are a few different ways that you could do that as you go forward. The first one is to get a Dying Sun. As you'll see, I still have 2 life flasks. You could probably combine this into a hallowed life flask, or maybe just run 1 life flask, but socketing a Dying Sun would give you a huge DPS increase. My helmet is actually still pretty bad, but upgrading a helmet that has similar stats but just has a enchantment from the lab for an extra Blazing Salvo projectile would probably be about a 10% DPS boost as well. And then of course, getting your 6th link for Immolation would be a massive DPS increase, probably like 35 to 40%. And all those combined would definitely account for the loss in crit, and probably even then some, quite a bit more. And oh yeah, so the second defensive thing that I forgot to mention was there's actually a mod you can get on Crusader rings that gives you reduced curse effect. I think it can only go up to like 30%, so you have to get that mod, and then you have to roll it with a catalyst. think it might be defense modifiers. Definitely look it up. I'm pretty sure it's the defense modifiers. Or maybe it's resistance modifiers. I don't know, but one of the catalysts can up that curse effect reduction on a Crusader ring. So if you really are pushing this build to the limit, you could drop Kigazaru to get different rings that have more life and more mana that would even further improve your defenses. Yeah, I think that's everything. I'm going to show you some gameplay in the background of this build versus some Awakener 4 Conquerors. I bricked my actual Awakener 5 level Cirrus just because I played terribly. So ignore that. The build is definitely capable of it. But enjoy some high level gameplay and a little sneak preview of what's going to come next. Next build is going to be the Iron Mass, the cool new Summon Skeleton unique. So stay tuned. There's definitely going to be more content to come. And if you have any questions about the next build or this one, feel free to drop by my stream too. I'm going to have it in the description. But enjoy. I'll see you guys later. A lot of tank here. You still have shit gear also. 6 link is your best item. I mean, that's probably going to be your best item no matter what. But I feel you. Look at those returns, baby. Okay. This is the one I can't look at because it makes me dizzy. Alright. I'm here. What's up, Veritana? Veritania? I think Veritania... Oh, okay. Well, unless she freezes me, I think Veritania is pretty easy. The totem build, especially. I have no problem moving around, still have full DPS uptime. I shall free you. I don't care if she's in the storm. She's so bad against melee. But the totems don't give a shit about the storm. I love it. Fuck her up. Oh, she froze me, I'm dead. Oh my god, yeah, I'm dead. Okay. I got a little bit ahead of myself. Feels bad. Alright. Try that again. God damn it. Oh well, we did it.